Entimini anoma mumiyam for immigration in Seminara and got dine one more. Fortwell Solicitors and Renimua Kuku drove for so what's na hache Ombe Bwama Saka on Krata Naswedi a drone swa a yomokokra a banini passitnemu any a jumemun sendia Omudimu Akotanipa Omu Omre di many pebia Nadia Nika Mumponi said no consultation fee.
Fortwell Solicitors always puts our clients' needs first. We specialize in all UK visa applications, detention and deportation cases, student and work points-based work permit applications from both UK and abroad. Fortwell Solicitors also deals with long residence and human rights applications outside the immigration rules. Don't wait till last minute. Fortwell Solicitors is located at
Unit 1, ground floor, Katrina House, 58 Clarendon Road, London, N80DJ. Nearest tube station, Tempark Lane and Wood Green. Overground, Hornsey Station. Buses 41 to Archway and 144 to Maswa Hill. For more info, call 0203 3257 030. Call our 24-hour line on 0754 8701 011. Website www.fortwellsolicitors.com.
Opening hours Monday to Friday 9:30 to 5:30 p.m.
Thursday Beyonce Young Milton Keynes.
Fortwell Solicitors is regulated by SRA.
Fortwell Solicitors.
You are listening to GN Radio UK.
Obviously, I'm a watching. I'm a akwaba and fambra a year and a jumedi. So said you no aha a GN radio. Liga our jumedi na wasuguswa wuti. Ebina debiana ye bawa kwan so Fortwell Solicitors. Then somewhere a chill so how efa a year immigration sense hu nyina no. Ebina de dra aha and I wait media besue na lawyer a anu nyina de ama ofefefe. Enti ene de so ya ba ye ba besumo. Temu kutu tunsafre unua fre wadamfo. Se wutie radio no so a sa pepepe necessary ye otu nsafro nua fra wadamfo ka kire ne se dwumedie na duru so ombra metie bi ebeboa ne pa fa immigration sense mu na se manso bi eda wanim bi a wo twi bi a wo pelo ya ama na boa obi a ni nyina na ofa bra bedan Fortwell se wo hwe ye so ewo Facebook me pa cho bo modern se wo be like na wa share ede amaye na ofoforo so etimi etie dwumedie bi wo YouTube a ye ma wakwa aba ba bia wo hwe yen bia ye ma wakwa aba medin ede mama len me na medi dwumedie ho chia me ne lawyer kwe na ene ye ba besum wo dwumedie so anope aba trem na tem kutu emaye wo hwe obre na 6 minutes past 10 ye be sorry dwumedie so 11 se de onim no enu nti no sabre de lawyer be sha ase akasa se de ye no me pa cho odensem ni nyina begu ho no mutie na de ekire osu bia na wanti ase bia no betimi afre abusa lawyer ama na kirekire mu ama abre esemu no mebie phone lines natum na wo de wadwenkyere aba dwumedie so na se question bia ewo ekire osu bia no de aba ma lawyer ya no de amount mi fa numbers ni ntudwa ma osisi a ye di nkomo okona no mema wo ahu de tuemu na wo so atimi abaso na do question aba ma lawyer ya no de amount na nsem de ehu ne se empembebre no EU family for application there aba ne say home office ta refuse omo application ni pa ene e ba behwe ne etue mu ne nti a eba ne sa na ekwan bi da ho anase de sese wo ye na sa ne ma ne nyina yetimi correct ne nyina na se betimi aboa no lawyer wa ha obeyi ano ama nti ne topic no, why is the home office refusing many EUSS family permit application lately no ene sama eda epununiti a ye ba betwetwe ho nkomo na me wo emranim ni wa ha de na meja ama no na ono ade akomu na wakyerkyere ne eme ne so ne mfom so aye nti a ema ye refuse application no na watimi aboa ye ama ye hu ne etwie mu ene ne esese ye bi nti no sabre de ma me ema eye lawyer akwaba na ye mfa dwumadie no enhyehyɛ so. Lawyer, good morning.
Good morning, Mama Lane.
Pacho ho ye.
Oh, nyame adom boko na pacho wo so e.
Yesu adom ho ye pa. Last week de me hu
I said last week who see ka.
Nti amama feel kitu e bi nya kese kitu a. Okay, lawyer. Mr. Wa obetimi achia ye ntiefuo na afi wa kire ho kwan kakra bi ama ye ya na afi ya to ene dwumedie ni so me pacho wa.
Yo, me that's Mama Lane. Who's here for the first time, you know, your family Daniel Coy. Me fi Fortwell Solicitors. Unyaya Monday to Friday. Ubetimi ehuye ewo London Hornsey. Benwood Green Station and as a Temple Clean Station every Thursday. And so legal surgery or Milton Keynes from 9:30 to 5:30. In charge for consultation into any issue will be our person will discuss it with us. So we are more than happy to say if you book your appointments now we are discussing now and up way we share with Tiafonia and Washafonia. So wow we be an Bomodiana share na obi so and benefited from a net program now I'm say last week Mama Len one back into a bit of recap with discussion and now people like you are as a performance here and as no now they know exactly what went on last week, you know, now topic for discussion, you know, a child maintenance, child maintenance payments, any issues that it may arise when the other party refuses to go to your child maintenance. Child maintenance for or more agency, they are responsible for taking that child maintenance. You know, if you refuse to pay issues, I bet me arise it. The reason why Uncle for tries to the difference between child maintenance, any child arrangement, and as a child contact order. I will confuse the fact say because you catch also child maintenance and they feel say they also have to see the child, but say arrangement to see the child, you know, different from arrangement to pay child maintenance towards we also explain because we have situations whereby a parent now or ne akolane etino the other parent oni and krata and when that becomes the case it becomes difficult say catch such a parent say obey your child maintenance because on he doesn't have anything bank account in his name. You cannot go into this account to take any payments. In situations like that, you know, so you're explaining what can go on as a family unit and as parents of a child. Back together and so we thought say it was a fruitful discussion. A lot of people got in touch. And then so now say last week when about our question be about child maintenance. You be a phone line now. You are welcome. Say obe free and now we be say any questions be a now a topic I made able to journal a year at the frontier. If you can see for a refugee, a lot of EUSS family permit applications. We have seen a lot of refusals coming back for the past few weeks. We've seen a trend be say most of EUSS family permit applications are encroached for the applications are being refused. When you refuse what do you do? What challenge it? And the reason why those refusals are taking place and only a very, very important to me because at the current year refuse you will know what to do going forward. The long and short of it is himself. UKCCI any EU ni mubio. You know, they have BBI friend appendix EU and as a family permit rules are guided plan for as year applications na omubusia for ebeka ewa intino. For instance, say we EU ni and now say we are even British national, but we could not EU country be, and you've come back now. So person we application now or family member ever count under the EUSS Family Permit Scheme now. It is possible.
Okay.
With my application, I'm a year abekaunt. With my application, I'm a ukun abekaunt. With my application, I'm a womba family direct. Relatives are we descended as was for into either your children or your grandchildren. It is possible. So it's my application. I'm account. It is also possible. So it's my application. I'm parents and as a grandparents have account.
Okay.
But in so doing, in each application, there are requirements we need to meet. For instance, if we application now there are expectations we provided certain things. There's expectations say awodan krata abeko. That is the key document. Okay. Which clearly shows say akolana opese ukofane ebano oba moba and you'll be back again and I will find Edinaba.
Okay.
If you can see more have come to understand from our previous interaction with them and previous applications that people have been making, they say Omunim say in Crawford Day in Crawford ba Eyomumba no Modioma acronym. They are aware, believe it or not, they are aware. Intino, they are very particular about providing key evidence when trying to bring Umba to the country, especially for EU national or the Ubaba. We tend to see a lot of people say if they are making an application for their children to come into the UK, when your birth certificates, but we know birth certificates birth and death registry last year because unu say Ghana say there it's me won kwala na yenye awodan krata emma homo until so many years but only awodan krata but as soon as Obi decided say opesa kwala na eba abrochire no na say okoye passport ema sa akwala no and for that reason until obehwe na yakoye awoda enkrata fufro edi sama sa akwala no na say wokoye awodan krata fufro edi ma akwala na it comes with so many things. What it means is that if you can see Mufuano will not accept that document as a legitimate document to prove say now akwalani parents. Whereby you have any awoda enkrata which has not been registered within the first 12 months of the birth of the child. The expectation is that would the other evidence be ever come? Sometimes we will encourage you say original birth certificate na wo akwalade demand even if atete and why you fee a sheto krubi mukra pona betimi edi akan will recent birth certificates now no one. It is very helpful because without that if you can see move for the drain say awoda enkrata no share that enye papa and now say opesa odi akwalade eba UK ntino wakotwa bibi e their tum awodeba and they will not accept the document. Sometimes you may be able to add documents such as baptism certificates and I say ABR weighing card and I say immunization record card. All these documents are a very important document that you can include as part of your evidence to show say indeed akwalane a parent, akwalane papa, akwalane mame. Without that document, any possible say you'll be able to succeed with such an application. There may be situations whereby documents it has not been possible for you to provide because and I say it's not anywhere to be found. There's nothing to, and that also happens in such scenarios. And I say in that situation, the expectation is obey DNA the account application because in as much as the Home Office will not tell you black and white, say DNA African application. It makes your life easier. It makes everybody's life easier, and we strongly recommend, say, in scenarios such as that, but more than na say or the capital castle na wakwe DNA. We know, say, DNA is not something that many people want to do. Obi or Mobeka chose a lawyer when him say acquaintium na ye wono akolano minima and yet time. I don't want to know what is going on, whether I say no be bad on you bad into the DNA now work as very, very difficult. And we know those situations, but you need to understand, say, if you are really, really thinking, say, akolana UK, then that might be the only option available to you, say, because if you don't have the original birth certificates near the akolana at the time of birth, now almost doubting any birth certificate recently for one reason or the other. And as you understand, your application all the tricks are booking, and for that reason, almost by making sure say if they are allowing somebody to come into the UK, then the person is coming genuinely. Mami Mao example of a recent refusal I came across just a couple of weeks, and this refusal for Obiana Opese Okofa Neba Eba Krum has say. And what did they say? Almost say, okay, what the documents are a say Aklan Eoba. And for that, you have included a birth certificate, but they realize birth certificates now or the buy, birth certificates, it was 2 years ago. Who say, birth certificates, I know this particular one almost saying. They realize, say, we have birth certificates 2 years ago. They would expect to see the original birth certificates at the time you are and say what they come into. Without that, no more refuse. See this, gentlemen. This is a typical example of what I'm talking about. If you are bringing somebody who is below the age of 21 as a family, as an EU national, now or the Awodan and a co. Now, or the recent one biometric by a birth certificates, no one for original handwritten one or and one. What they are saying is that they are going to refuse such an application. In situations where I will come back to some of the things that you can do once you've been refused, at a later stage. But let's look at a different type of refusal. And also we came across recently with people who are somebody who was trying to bring the adult child, and I say Akwalana Edi more than 21. And in situations like that, it is possible so wait me Akwalana Abba. But what did they say for this particular refusal? What they said in this particular refusal, they say Nipano antimi amfa evidence of dependency and this is quite interesting because so over EEA family members and as a EEA family permits now, the expectation is say nipani below the age of 21. We don't necessarily need to see, and as the evidence of dependency is assumed. They assume it's once they're below the age of 21 or depending on you. However, if the person is above the age of 21, you cannot assume say the person is depending on you because you say so more than 21 and actually say we need but just ultimately naturally say we need into you cannot necessarily assume say nipano like or dependent because dependent penny grandpa or warrior or then a year and as a new baby. So you need to demonstrate to the case where can I say that person depends on you. In order to demonstrate that the person depends on you, you will need to provide the person's personal circumstances and as a document. If the person is in education or a full-time education, and then you are paying fees to the person every month, that is clear evidence to say, even though more than the age of 21 or depending on you, and you need to provide all the evidence, including Nipana personal statements, bank statements, to show say, AB and the bank account for every money, every funds which is in his bank account, the source of that funds is coming from me here in the UK. Without that, possible, say the application will be refused. And this is an example of Obi Okwakofa Neba Aba under the EUSS Family Permit Scheme are unsuccessful because he was not able to provide enough evidence to show, say, this is what it is. Let's come to somebody who is trying to bring Neire and as a Nikunu, and also typical example and as a refusal that we have seen recently. In this particular case, the person managed to provide almost every evidence that the Home Office need. Say Nipana Okakofana Bani indeed Oyenire Owari Nipano on the 24th of September 2018. And for that reason, it's possible so because before the relevant date in a period. However, when we look into it, you see, sometimes we tell people, we tell clients, we say, we should be very careful with some of the things that we do. The basis for this application refusal, I know was said, a passport I had man recently or the application, they realize marriage certificate in the signature na a was any signature na a war passports now or presenting for application, and then application form now or presenting, all the signatures were different. Okay, and for that reason alone, they refused this application. It is debatable, it's arguable, because most people share almost signatures, or they but we say as much as possible, if you can see move forward, they look at all these little things. Imagine say are they way there, but for them, very, very, very important for them, and it's important you ensure say you have taken good look at all these things, because little things like this the crap am a year if you see. Sometimes you would think say, a lawyer Nejuma say or be checking little things like that, but you should understand say it is very, very rare for somebody to know say I didn't over signing different signature or marriage certificate, so no one signing different signature or passport, so no one signing different signature or actual application also. As much as possible, the lawyers may look out for these things, may look out for you, say these things will tally. But again, all the time the lawyers will be able to check all these things. So who ye be a bomodena who say the Home Office are very particular about these things, and you should look at them. And today, this was a typical refusal that they gave somebody who could have been granted. In situations like this, challenge. Yeah, we have ways and means that we'll go about it. I want to leave the challenging part, to the last part of our discussion. Okay. Then let's look at a final type of refusal. And also I would like us to discuss. And this was somebody who was bringing the parents. Okay, who has say when you say you are allowed under the EUSS family where you are allowed to bring your parent. Parents, they've brought almost everything you would expect, say they will put in. Then they refuse the application, say, I would that encratana my mena or what I have said. We use their application my they still don't believe say a legit because it was not done within a year. My meno. So you see, say, even in situations where Okakofa and Kuala Abano, birth certificate is relevant. In situations whereby Okakofa parents is so abandoned, so birth certificate can be relevant in such scenarios. Intinum a honso the enonia de re nipana or the refuse the application. The long and short of enemy presentation is the Home Office is making things very difficult for amount for me EU nationals or more applications amount for our backroom. At this very moment, many people who will be listening to us may have received a refusal letter here or there. I think it's a crime bank in Amefaso to deal with it. I tell people, say, the way you challenge every decision may be different from the other. 3 different refusals na ene me discuss here in a program. So the way I will treat any of these refusals that may be different from the other. I think it's not a bit different. some refusals be or you realize say nipa na you refuse no. The only reason something like signature. Say they obi okwakofa na ere abada okwakofa di kunaba you refuse it simply because they think say the signature was not the same and the same person. You see, if you can say move for no, they are there to consider certain documents, but it is not their job to determine the authenticity of that document if the issuing authority has confirmed that the document is genuine. In a scenario like that, if the person who has been refused, is able to obtain documents from Ghana to confirm, say, despite the signature not being the same, despite all the differences in the signature, if that document is genuine, because Ghana now, especially when the marriage certificate and I said the marriage was by ordinance, whereby moko registry, yamamu green certificate, and yes, obi shed them any warrior man, there be one person I will be called. Now I coach now when I was signing. Intino, Mama Lane, I don't know about you individually, whether say you have experienced the tension that comes with signing marriage certificates. And I say during your marriage ceremony, yes, it's signing up. You know, when you are in that scenario, you are in that situation whereby oh my men, papa no was so money will be now so can say oh baby be sign up. Sometimes pressure and the tension that comes with it, you can make mistakes, and after you may even forget your own signature. No, signing and it happens. In situation like that, a simple letter from the Ghana High Commission confirming say the marriage certificate, even though the signature is not there and yet the same, it is still a legitimate marriage certificate, and we consider it as legitimate. The Home Office need to consider it in such situation. A B and now person will hear and now has say anthem. I will not recommend CBA oral hearing, and as an oral appeal. Oral appeal, at the moment, a check. On average, oral appeals takes up to a year, and so that when you're hearing it, in situation where the refusal decision just dwells on one particular issue, such as signatures, they very recommended a very paper appeal, and in such scenarios, wait when your decision within 4 or 5 months. Now you're so long as you be able to generate the documents and answer the authenticity documents now, you're very expected if Ghana High Commission, and then we should be in a position to present a good application and as an appeal on your behalf. In situation whereby you refuse the application because they believe say marriage certificate, birth certificate now with the buyer, very recent. You did not include the original handwritten one, old school one. They wanted to know why if you know one fan it may be possible, say you may now, if you have it, you have access to it, you may produce that document, and also the area paper appeal might help you because with me and a quicker now about and it's very important. So when you're a good lawyer who will be able to represent you and draft the groundswell for you, because especially when you are doing paper appeal, so the judge will not be in a position to ask you questions, to ask you say, oh, menti we ask you. So it's very important. So you get a very good lawyer who is going to represent you in such scenario, but it is doable. In a situation whereby you don't have the original birth certificate, then as I said in my earlier presentation, the only option that will be available to you in that situation might be say obey DNA test results. Now they account now there paper appeal. In situation whereby mukwakofa mumame now you're refusing it because they don't believe in the authenticity, and I say they don't believe say mama many depending on you, and they've raised other issues apart from birth certificates, then it may be very, very, very important say obey court to go and defend yourself. And in such scenarios, paper appeal might not be the best option for you. I think in America, say if the refusal have 3 reasons until you refuse, you have to understand that some of the reasons that you refuse, the way people consider it that might be subjective. Say okay, say oh mama learn me go for family me depending on me and me money me and me share no evidence say. Now what about the same document, you might give it to a caseworker who consider it and say oh me jitun say mama learn mommy depending on you and your mommy have to be here with you.
Yeah.
The same documents might be given to another caseworker who will say I don't think these documents is enough for me to show and for you to show mommy truly depend on you. And in such scenario, the application will be refused. In those situations where the reason behind the refusal is more than one, it may not be prudent or be a paper appeal, and you may have to do an oral appeal whereby your solicitors will represent you in court, argue on your behalf, talk on your behalf, make sure something positive comes out. If the Home Office have any questions or any issues that they want clarification on, you are there and there now to me, you are not in those situations, that is how we deal with it. Sometimes when people call me and say oh lawyer, me EUSS application refusing me, I hear I'll be Jimmy, and I say what do? I always tell them until I see the refusal letter, until we go through it and see the documents I would present here for your application, it will be very difficult for me to cost the appeal process for you. And I said it will be very difficult for me to tell you, this is how we are going to deal with it, or this is how we are going to deal with it. Let me see all the documents. And that is the reason why we ask for those documents. And every good lawyer out there will request to see the full document or request to see you and have a discussion with you. Sometimes, we may see the refusal, we may see the issues that have been raised, but in trying to deal with it, we may realize, enough evidence in their mind near their appeal no amount. And in such scenario, we may request or we may say better obey a fresh application altogether, so that you go back, you put your ass together, then you present something which is more formidable, and you say obey sika na odi ayabe. Because come to think of it, EUSS Family Permit Application is free. You don't pay any Home Office fees. And yet all the time now, obey financially prudent, so obey appeal. Okay, but in a situation whereby you refuse your application because Home Office will have come back to you to tell you signature now what your documents they did not tally. Even in that situation, even if you go ahead and you say oh me babe fresh application now me correct it. How do you correct such a document? Do you go back to the Ghana High Commissioner? You go back to Ghana and tell them more registry certificates now more year more sign here where they now say on the 18th of December 2018, it doesn't work like that. All that you need is you need to authenticate that document to make sure despite whatever you are seeing on there, and whether you believe it or not, a genuine document, and then you appeal against it. Because if you make a fresh application with that document, the Home Office, after waiting 6 months, are waiting if you and say, oh, but if you made train decision, another refusal at their brow, and you don't want that. You realize all the situations, all the circumstances, 3 different refusals there to dealing with all the 3 cases. I use a different approach for them. Some of them, a fresh application will be suitable. Some of them, doing a paper appeal will be better. It will be cheaper. It will be quicker. Despite the fact that oral appeal is going to take long, that is the only option available to them, and you have to approach it that way. In this situation, I think it will be better. See her now, Mama Len. Oh, any questions? Be no now. Yeah, listeners, any question? Yeah, me answer.
Yo, beda lawyer say. Ebusuya legal hour. Jumedi na wasugusu awutie. Yesha say 10 sorry so 11. Deadri abra. Wa wo hwe na wa wutie ye no betimi afre na wode wadwentre wode question aba ama lawyer ano ede ama fefefe and some lawyer brobro so EUSS Family Permit Applications hold one and say yan into yes home office for a refuse no and no na watch nti ya na eba ne saa mo refuse applications and say if you are document now obe submit no nya ni nyina anase wuntimi emfa bi enko enka ho ene ade ni nyina ka ho na omo refuse applications no wabobo ensem bebre so saa bre mi nkasa nchentimi bie phone lines na tum say o asem bi apese obisa lawyer efa ene topic ya ehun dia obetimi afre ana say bia different question bi na wa a quick one and also betimi afre nti studio lines no 0203-735-8820 ana say 0203-2860185 ana say mami WhatsApp call WhatsApp message ana say audio fabra 0778-793-9958 so what they buy bejibre ye bekin kan o messages no nyina de ama wo share o Facebook and so obetimi a comment o ho ye bekin kan wasem no and also question ni nyina de ama ebresem no so me de lawyer number betudwa de ama so person ukọ lawyer see na akoko hu no wo ho no so no so ye possible me de mobile number any office line ni nyina betudwa so de ama ba sabre de phone lines na we studio ha na ye bia tum no na 0203-735-8820 and I say 0203-2860185 and I say mami mobile call and I say text message WhatsApp ni nyina fabra 0778-793-9958 your lawyer question we say every yenua or share o tedwedie ono ekre say or your application EUSS Family Permit Application na ode ekọ ema obi a ono no depending wo ono ne so ode call ye notification for a refuse application de omo kan ne say omo nye setting ewo enipa no ba bia wa kire say wote ene ade no omo nhyeda enyi ntumu sa enu nti no omo demand say obe prove nipa no financial circumstances ananse ne financial state e de abre wo omo na opeso hu say legal so mo yes na say obisa say should I appeal or make a fresh application and I said there no betimi aye e de afa yes assemwe hu ono ne question
very common say okwakofa obiaba ye be refuse the application because evidence of dependency wasn't enough according to Home Office for almost feel say one file enough documents can they shame say so then I make in my presentation at the latter part of my presentation it be very difficult for me to sit here and say koye fresh application and now say koye appeal without seeing the evidence I will present it with one application. For instance, obi onoma ni yemu nyamenya or the akotuga. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Intino wetimi at the money transfer receipts since 19 kojoho at the account ni application phone call record nyama excess if you grandpa or the evidence is say nipa na or your application man no grandpa no dan we see e wo fie no e ho na nipa na
yeah.
That is all enough evidence to show say Nipani depending on you and you are the source of, and I say you are the breadwinner for that person. And for that reason, it should have been granted. Say me share refusal no na me share evidence I will present here. Now you provided enough evidence at the time of application. Now I would suggest say there's no need for us to make a fresh application because all the fresh application there be new evidence beyond out the that means you said the previous application as the previous documents now what they be called what the choir refuse you, which is not good enough. It will be very important for that person or sending some message to get in touch. Let's review the full application, the type of documents he presented. And for that basis, and on that basis, we'll just go ahead to decide, say, on your fresh application and answer on your appeal. And most of the time, the appeal may be better because there Yanni said, why your application? Now, saying we application is taking about 6 months for them to make a decision.
Yeah.
Now, why train 6 months? Near refuse you. Then what's on your fresh application bill? What's actually another 6 months? They're saying refuse you. And the sad thing is, sometimes ubetimi a year application ako na ye refuse you. They will tell you say, oh, because of signature way until you refuse the application. And then you will think, say, okay, say if we're refusing it based on signature pen and all the other things, and you didn't raise any issue out of it, then it means that the only problem you have, the signature parts, nothing else. Until the person corrects the signature parts and presents a new application. No, I signed 6 months bill. We had another refuser, but this time around they don't pick the signature. No, I'm going pick a different reason. Not they refuse you. That is the reason why, even though sometimes we suggest a fresh application will be cheaper, it may be prudent for you say obey appeal rather, because appeal did there. Any other issue.
Hold on for me, please. Yeah.
Okay.
They will have to raise it. Until the ain't here in
Okay. That's a lawyer. Caller, good morning. Pacho Dini baby akase free.
Good morning. Pacho FM Kofi me kase free.
Okay, Kofi. Bibi aboko there.
Yanko pardon Bibi aboko.
Pacho question my lawyer ne say.
Pacho me person busa lawyer say everyone say me wo EU settlement scheme no me wo a settlement settlement status. Ana me ma me na me o me wo job ana me ba me ma me no nya ni book this last year muna onya ni book by that time so na settlement application so almost close to no that was na June that pound and san onya ni book me person me busa say in this case etimi aye application amana then to me settlement status nana amana about join me.
Okay. You Kofi question
yes,
na
but
no.
Kofi.
Yeah, Femi Kofi.
Yeah, Kofi. Yes, me aye application ama oma meno I join you. There are two ways that you can deal with it. Okay. At the moment oma me ewo Belgium, we nya ne Belgium passport no. Obetimi ama oma me aba Kromu has said, because he have visa to come into the country, he can come in. As soon as he comes in, then we do the application whilst Omame Ewe UK. Okay, yeah, application for pre-settled status number. The other option, so they say whilst or to me application for EUSS Family Permit. Say they need describe what because you can still make an application for your parents, you can make application for your grandparents and then your children. At this very moment, in that situation, these are the two options for you. But if you ask me, say what would be my preference, I will go for say Obama Ebeba UK. Then we get the application done whilst at UK.
Okay, Kofi.
Okay.
Why okay?
Me okay, thank you very
much.
much.
Okay then.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, you abusia also bet me afre 0203-735-8820 or 0203-2860185 WhatsApp 0778-793-9958. Lawyer, we a question. Yenya bema Nana Chumasi Ampofo. Okay, Nana. My question is, if I want to bring my nephew, is it necessary for me to do DNA test? Or no so DNA no say ampofu na ampofu na ebisa. Lawyer, the question
ni nephew no say EU national at the moment untimi application for extended family member.
At the moment no.
At the moment untimi
Okay.
There's whether say obey DNA and answer unye DNA no enya dia ebeden ebefa.
Okay.
The only reason why we normally do DNA is to prove parentage. Then that's evidence of birth certificate, and Boswa. Then we recommend DNA. But in a situation where we offer extended family member applications under the EUSS scheme doesn't work anymore. And there's no need for you to even worry yourself, say, obey this application because any idea be possible.
It's possible. Okay. You so a question I will be sir or say or worry EU national and now the 5 years. But then omoma ne 5 years no decide say opesen ka okofa ne ma mienu efri Ghana ede won eba nanso ni nyina wa try ni nyina no oya no mo refuse omo visa application opese ohun se de no betimi aye
without knowing or seeing the reasoning behind the refusals, it can be a little bit difficult for me to suggest an answer way, because there can be so many reasons in here refuse the application. One of the reasons are refuse a birth certificates. Okay. One of the reasons refuse is said they don't have enough evidence. Say Nipano Crampo una so parental responsibility. We need to look where the problem is. Where the problem is, is where we tackle it from. My other question would be: say, are they on your appeal if they have been refusing? Okay. If on your appeal, then that might be the best option for you, because with the appeal, any of the issues are refusing in the past can be brought under one umbrella near the idea court. Yeah. Any evidence because the purpose of appeal is say they're an independent person, somebody who is not part of Home Office, somebody who is not part of government, but the judiciary. A judge is supposed to be independent. For that person to assess, say, with the evidence that you have provided, adding if you can say more from person and crack animal, if you can say for are they in the right for them not to give it to you? Sometimes some people have the way misconceived notions, say, oh, judges the money Home Office for near back home. But trust me, the number of times that judges overturn Home Office decision more than the number of times that they don't, and as they decide with them. I mean, that is clear. The evidence is there. The statistics is there. Say if you find yourself in a situation where your application 1, 2, you refuse you, there's no point going for the third time. In Pacho, says a good lawyer. Let's do appeal for you so that you have a chance of succeeding.
Lawyer, where your question be? I'm person me bisa say ekobane say obi person kofa nibusuani e free Ghana edeneba. Me ena nipa no me na me hwe no e bibia sa nipa na mpese me kofa ne ba no esese wo no otimi nya account and I say otimi show ne financial way say because e better e kakra ma me no so oni bibia e be refuse application na.
You see, say okwakofa obi efifia ba mama len na ye ka say nipa ne mfa ne bank statement, but there is a reason. And I said, there's a type of application that we will need it, and there's a type of application that we will not need it. Okay. Something about bank statements, it is provided for many reasons. Okay. In Mama, a typical example, if Mama Len would decide to say, Okofa or sister, now Obesra or UK. Yeah. The reason why our sister edit married on a bank statement, application, maybe two things. Okay. It's either say, Minisika into the Mama Len ticket. Okay. Into for me to show you my bank statement, and I'm showing the bank statement say Minisika. Mama Len ticket ABB. That is, but still that's what they check because they want to see say indeed this is a personal circumstance. You understand? Yeah. He is not showing that marriage or that bank account to show say Sika to pay for his own ticket. Okay. So okakofa umami aba. There may be two things. A bia umami ete fanchineko. Okay. Bank account, bank be in vain. Yeah. Do you understand? Into your mom never has a bank account. But una de bia o transfer sika emano. Into send money transfers. Into a bia or money transfer receipts. In that situation, on find a bank account and application. But he may include the money transfer history from you to her, okay, to do the application. And in the application, she would explain, say, oh, me need bank account because maybe I'm at the nearest bank 20 miles, and I cannot be doing that. It is important, say, oh, my means me for bank account and but at least or the momo money transfer history at the account to show the idea of it all. They say, this is my circumstance, I will fear. And without showing that, if you can see phone will come back and say and answer suggest say, Mama land in a bank account at Yaba, but you did not show your social and economic circumstance for your mom back home. And for that reason, they've refused the application. Whether you are showing your bank account to show, say, you've got money for an application, or you are showing your bank account say you don't have money for an application. It is very important always to show your bank account.
Hey.
But the purpose of showing it, you need to explain it.
Okay, and that means when to mean kasa oti Ghana so mini bank account and there's a necessary say chance need that tell ultimi ko baby and say on the ana lawyer ntesa.
Oh, if the chance is, you see, there a bit more honor because of the new said the new crap, and I said Tikumase, and I said Bronga half in the middle of city. A bit multi crossing, something I say, and for that reason, their accessibility to banking facilities are very limited. In situations like that, I have done an application for visitors visa for somebody, and Nipano went me and in the bank account back or crown and the answer or the bank account the be or the bank accounts in the bank account by 0000 not or the Momo account na the account.
Okay.
Every company sika name because and no o tua for ticket bi anani kun e twa ticket e dia man but or the account then you explain me the way account just to show you say this is my social circle because someone fan can one the Home Office think and I say they assume say you are trying to hide your personal circumstance from them.
Okay.
So I said, oh, my dream say, oh, lawyer, me a bank account in the money feel me the but the Home Office will assume say you are trying to hide something from them and it's not for bank accounts in the but if you don't have it, make sure say you explain why you don't have it because we know many people who don't have it and yet still they're able to apply for way. But so one one explanation now you assume say mini bank account. The Home Office should know a mini bank account. Then we are going to have problems.
Okay. Mato as a lawyer, Mami Musa, just this question now for say major amount na yeah. Now so now we church more about birth certificate say on say me do na me hu bi say e buy a birth certificate ho a ye kwaya application abonsi ya free ni akoye new one bi ni e ababa beto so which no ma e bia ka ho bi ni refuse to applications ni bi ni ade but me fan say on say be bia ye free no most of us no bon say ye birth certificate kura ye nim on obi okra ya wo no kura the date of birth kura wo no nim che ono ankasa creative bi ni ye ho birth certificate ni ade ama no nti e ba say otu kwan ye no ane say yakobobo bi ama no ne ade ahye ho no mo in this case no me fan say bi kura me wo bi ayera mi hu eba ne say me application na me nkoye foforo enfanto so na me explain say me nibi me hu like me hu nti na maya foforo ya na say me nja ne sa na me explaining sure o mo say me nibi kra which lawyer
you see who's a birth certificate it depends on the purpose of you including a birth certificate.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say me kwa kofa me ebia nyamia madom ma ware ofie me kwa kofa me raba. Okay. Na me kwa kofa me re na aba na oye application. That woman including her birth certificate in the application is not relevant to the application.
Right.
So what you say?
Yeah.
Say only birth certificate at the time. Not the only reason why I acquire birth certificate is because of person or passports. No, they took one. No, acquire the birth certificate a year ago. Now or they can't one. There's no need for her to explain anything.
Right.
Say na me need birth certificates na me they can't because the type of application na the birth certificate is not relevant anyway. Okay. Even though or the account home fans any fast so Home Office will not even consider it. Okay. Say Mama Len bia na oba na uja oba bi ofie. And you've decided say TCI the officer of Akwala na eba. And Akwala no at the time na owo no 1 year awodan krata and farmer. Akwala na di beye bia 10 years until you've now decided say onkoye awoda enkrata afoforo. Once you do the awoda enkrata an explanation say me wo akwala no na say ni it means me anya awoda enkrata ntina fasa na my year ediamano and no pet will not be enough.
Okay.
They will still refuse the application even if you explain it. Okay. However, say de bia weighing card because who akwala no dey call hospital.
Yeah.
Into no weighing card, immunization record. Enya ewo ho bia letters bia unya fee hospital ho no mo antenatal care we ni nya ewo now they support it I would that enkrata na my in 2018, you know, and they come one. Now the explanation come one. Then a little bit me afa.
Okay.
Do you understand? Whereby you don't have weighing card, all those documents, you know. Then the only thing for you is say, Mama Len for Kato Castle, na pay £500, then you DNA amount.
Okay.
Na fa akwala
okay. And no never close BBA.
And no close BBA.
Because you want crophobia said the can weighing card near the crow ni baby that. Ebia onya bi oba won ayera. Into them saying this obeboka no de atoso. Yo ebusia ebre no economy jai e de ama lawyer says obibi odi bejai ansa ne sorry program yi so a me to de ama no. Na one tea and kabiam say be free radio news in the next 1 minute yeah. But then lawyer mami enjoy ma mpacho.
Yo me da si bebre Mama Len what about here and just know say apart from immigration, you know, we have other areas of law that we practice in you know, family, employment, civil litigation, wills and probate. If we any issue around that area now, apart from that, you know, so statutory declarations, affidavits, your passports, for safer affidavit, also some with change of name deed, so no, abwa aye. Amawaye kama without any issues. Being so jumemu issues or UAD and as you say per settlement agreement not signing and also no ba yebetimi abwa Monday to Friday ubetimi abehuye 9:30 to 5:30 ofre yebefa ofre na uja message yebefa back free consultation. We don't charge. Every Thursday 9:30 to 5:30 legal surgery Milton Keynes. My motive sapati mu wa mo pese mo behu no ofre be booki appointment e dia ma. Da si bebre mo am join mo am share mo am tie mo am support da si bebre next week same time you be share.
Nana Chumesi Ampofo essay. I'm watching you live from Coventry. It's very educative. Keep the good work up. Okay, thank you so much, Nana. And then Nana Ajimai, Yadamunina must say, okay, Hamod, Nyamiado Mehoya pa. Yenina, we wouldn't ma mutitechi amuhina, Sidakasi and Komo Bibiara. Nyamea Duma, Yabesa Abawa Quines to be with legal hour. Next week, Yamedi Yankwache, Yabesa Bania Baba Besumu. So, question no one to me, I'm friend with Sam Estra, lawyer number near Bomodia, say Oberfreno, and as Oberfre office. Now I could who almost say, Ukuhu or Kuhu or Mume Pacho, Fre Air Fortwell office, number no A 0203 325 7030 0203 325 7030 and I say mobile fre a 07944 976 161 07944 976-161 me pacho bomodin say obefre eye Fortwell na how biara achire oso biara ana say question biara peso busa lawyer ana say eba application hu nsensem biara na srewa bomodin akoma so eye omunya abotire tiewu ho so kwa omenkotwa ntro bie nsem ni nyinani na de ho ometimi di aboa bia soso ometimi aboa ewo eye sa kwan so ntino ye beda wasese dare da ye ba we aso na wuti adwumedie ni ada lawyer asese wo gibre eba dwumedie so be kyerɛkyerɛ sa pepepe na ye no ye nyina ye free oh my God na nti ye se ye nyina ye ho adwu ye bom nti na lawyer afa ato ne ho so ye de nam na yi nam eno nti no bomodin a memma lawyer ebra o se no eba afidie so enye kwa na wo question meti apo no wa ha na mfa adwuma no nkɔ baabi da bi yesa wa anya nyame so adwuma nyame kora bebisa wo ono ntem kora nye fine ti bomodin asese wo betie nsem na wo de bekɔ eye Fortwell ho na wo aboa wo ewo eye sa kwan no so misro se wo ba ye no ni aka eye nsem ni nyina wie na afi na waba video no ebeda eye GN radio platform ne so ntino bomodin asa ko Facebook a obe check GN Radio UK ewo hono na wahwe Fortwell Solicitors legal hour breno na wahwe programming eso hono na nsema kan nyina watie free oko YouTube so a eda hono na GN Radio UK no so betimi atie enadwumadie so ewo ho online unyan like na unyan share a bomodi asa obe like na wa share ewo sa kwan no so ede amaye ntino aha na edu besie ni aka se yeda ase pa se wutie ye midin ede mama le ene me ne lawyer kwe ene ye besom I crow. Bye-bye. Lawyer, thank you so much.
I'll see you brave, Mama. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Nyame ad we share next week.
Yo. Bye.
Bye. Eyo Ghana for you want English approach my muha. Ya swedi. Yenya emranimfo a wen akwadare wo emranimu a poto kasemu ye kase a lawyer for entimi nuanom mumyemfo ye immigration ensem nyina enko dan wo Fortwell Solicitors emranimu akuku drofo se watna ha che ombeboa wo ma wonsa kan wo krata na se wedi edro nso a eyo mokokokra eba ne nipa sitenemu eni adwuma mu nsem bia omudimu akotene pa omu wo mre di mani pa bia na de enika wo mumpo ne se no consultation fee.
Fortwell Solicitors always puts our clients' needs first. We specialize in all UK visa applications, detention and deportation cases, student and work points-based work permit applications from both UK and abroad. Fortwell Solicitors also deals with long residence and human rights applications outside the immigration rules. Don't wait till last minute. Fortwell Solicitors is located at
Unit 1, ground floor, Katrina House, 58 Clarendon Road, London, N80DJ. Nearest tube station, Tempark Lane and Wood Green. Overground, Hornsey Station. Buses 41 to Archway and 144 to Maswa Hill. For more info, call 0203 3257 030. Call our 24-hour line on 0754 8701 011. Website www.fortwellsolicitors.com.
opening hours Monday to Friday 9:30 to 5:30 p.m.
Thursday Beyonce Young Milton Case.
Fortwell Solicitors is regulated by SRA.
Fortwell Solicitors.
This is GN Radio UK.
You are listening to GN Radio UK.
Go nowhere.